Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Basham, Shai Basham, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders, great millstone, the ruler, and T12. Shalom to all the saints that Aki pushes truth, holding faith throughout the four corners of the earth. While shalom to the few sincere Akwarfium, few sisters listening and being obedient to their husbands at home, as well as to them with their scattered bride, say shalom. Come back at you with another lesson, Lord willing. Yahweh desires to let me edifying through the spirit and power. Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai. It's gonna be a quick hit through the spirit. Israel, Amalek the Small they had struck important oil infrastructure, for Iran. Not only Iran, but Qatar, as well, man. And then you had Iran basically going back, for that strike and striking a oil refinery in Haifa, that's Haifa, Haifa, something like that. But meanwhile, Trump talking about, we've won the war, is over, and things of that nature, man. But we know through the scriptures, through prophecy, through the word of, Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, it's not going to be over, man. It ain't going to be over, man, until all these nations are under subjection. Under us, Lord willing, we be a part of the elect number, man. And that's when it's going to be over. That's when it's going to be no more wars. And, the right people, the true chosen people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelites scattered abroad, you confusion of face, being placed, in the land, man. Our land, man, not no damn, small head, man. So you see people, peace and, spirit of peace and safety. Trump saying we've won the war, and then, he had came back after the strike they had put on that oil reef infrastructure for Iran and Qatar, saying we did not coordinate with Amalek to do that, or we didn't coordinate with Netanyahu to do that, and trying to save face and all that shit. But we know prophecy, whether you know whether he was advised or not. But we know how them small heads move, man. By prophecy, they gonna draw the least of the flock shall draw them out, man. So like Netanyahu, he not only do want Iran, but he want all those surrounding areas, man, for the greater Israel, parts of Turkey, as well, man. That guy, I forgot his name. What is his title? I think he was a former ambassador or advisor or something like that, or prime minister or something. But I know he was in the political government of Amalek. He was saying, hey, man, Turkey, is next. So they don't not only just want Iran, they want all them Arab, so-called Arab nations, GCCs, Gulf Coast, nations over that, man. Trying to expand, should really expand, that wickedness, and things of that nature. But Trump saying we didn't coordinate, but it don't matter because it's what prophecy, man. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, man. So this war is, going to escalate more and more. And I had saved. It's something with I think it was Qatar, if I'm not mistaken. 5%. No, not 5. 17% of their natural LNG gas has been wiped, man. And it won't shake back basically into 5 years. It's one of them GCC countries. I'm pretty sure it was Qatar, but Salaki, if I may be wrong. So these are all more and more escalations, in war, man. Only a telltale sign that, man, that it's not stopping. Now, you may have, so-called peace or ceasefire agreements and stuff like that, but like, I think that's not the president, but the foreign, well, all of the Iranians, man. I was trying to single out old boy. I think his name like Agarki, or something like that. He either the foreign minister or I think he the foreign minister of Iran. Him saying, we not gonna stop, or we not coming to no peace talks because we already tried it, and we see that in the middle of talks, y'all gonna do, basically Israel and America gonna do what they want to do, man. We'll only stop if y'all return our infrastructure, pay us back, let us have our nuclear weapons, enriching our uranium, and no more ceasefires and none of that. He said, permanently, y'all would never go to war with us, permanently ever again. In which Amalek and America, they not, especially Amalek, man, because they, like prophecy states, they're going to draw, them out, America out. They not taking that, man. They not going for that, man. They're not going for that, man. So it just all ties in and to relate to prophecy, man. So these people, these maggers, these which goes in the witch, they being bewitched, man. They believe every Trump post that he posts on True Social saying we are winning the war and only 6 of our soldiers are dead and this and that, and meanwhile it's reports coming out thousands and hundreds of soldiers being killed and injured, man. This is a war, so it's more than damn just 6, which they love to use that 6 or 13, whatever the little number, is at this time point, man. So like if I may be rambling, that's, it's prophecy, man. It's major things, major, things that's going on right now. Prophecy, major prophecy going on, man. The beginning, of World War III, so I'm trying to just compact a lot of the stuff that's happening, because, like, Elder Ashwin, but Elder Apostle Tahar say, you miss a day, you miss a lot, boy. You miss an hour, first and foremost, speaking to myself. You miss a lot too, man. And we know, brothers have jobs and things of that nature, but trying to keep up with the best of our ability, because, they going at it, man. It's the beginning of World War III, and we see these countries being dragged in. We see India, being dragged in. They damn that country being torn to shreds with protests and shit, man, because of what they did to that ship, man. They basically gave the go-ahead to America to torpedo, that ship. And now what? Iran is you want to do that? Well, your ships ain't coming. And if they is coming here, you got to pay a heavy-ass tax to enter, man. So their countries is falling into a crisis, economical crisis as well, man. Civil unrest, it's about to happen more and more. They want mighty ass out of there, man. France, Europe, all them countries, they feel the impacts of this Strait of Hormuz being closed and things of that nature more, man. So all of these nations are being dragged in. Why? Because it's prophecy. Get this. Just gonna get this in 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And that's right, man. Who are really watching, what's unfolding and funneling it through the scriptures? I was watching Elder Apostle Tahar video premiere earlier this morning. You got, Nate IUIC, saying what he said, basically about World War III and that we don't know when it's going to happen, man. Nuclear, and when it go nuclear and things of that nature. We don't know when it's I don't know when it's going to happen. Well, we can give up a prophet to guess, man. Through the Spirit, man. Through these prophecies that we seeing, man. Through all the updates, man. Through all the infrastructure being set in one place to being digitalized, man. We see that damn near every day, man. Pouring more money into digitalizing, everything, digitalizing the infrastructure, man. Everything being centralized, man. It's one thing to say, I don't know, but I feel like it's soon, and it's another thing. It's another thing to just say flat out, we don't know. Well, what are you watching that then? What are you watching? Are you not seeing prophecy unfold, man? Are you not seeing, because they've been saying the mark of the beast, this RFID, 60s, 70s, and things of that nature. Now look what's happening. World War III. And we know the chip got to be implemented before the ultimate destruction of World War III. So obviously is soon. It's bound to happen, swiftly, man. So what are you watching? Verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." That's right, man. And these people, especially these on both sides, Fox News, CNN, all of it, man. These Republicans, Democrats, these seen on Twitter, like, I forgot what was the main post, but basically a comment was like, these people still believing on Republicans and Democrats in 20 and 26, man. It's 2026 and you still looking forward to the government, man. You're an idiot, man. It's no more peace and safety, man. It's no more these bills being passed, for you Americans, man. To save your money and give you more refunds and better the health department and the educational system. And no, man. It's only about forwarding, the elite's agenda, man. The N to the W to the O, man. Where you will own nothing but you will be happy. Your carbon foot being tracked. You being tagged, with the RFID, which is the MOTB, man. Everything being tracked, everything being centralized, man. Digitalized currency, man. You can't eat this certain amount of meat, and you eating fake meat, man. That's what's coming. No more, peace and safety and dealing with that, even with these ceasefires. We know what prophecy says, man. I think that's in Isaiah 13, if I'm not mistaken. They should not regard their gold nor silver and none of that. So America, you ain't about to get out of this, man. Ain't no more. Oh no, Netanyahu struck the oil refinery. I think it was like in South Paul, something like that. Without us knowing, and he didn't tell. Nah, man, because you've been with him, this whole time, man. All it, which they're heathen. So, but it's he's still like, damn, this man is a real devil, man. Striking all these, girls' schools and all this, man. So you can't say, nah, man. It don't matter no more, man. Because you still fighting, and striking, certain parts of Iran and things of that nature to this day, man. So ain't no more peace and safety. Ain't no more, backing out, man. We see these nations, they getting on Twitter, like Emmanuel Macron, which I just laugh at. Oh, we about to send blah warships to open the strait, and things of that nature. Well, you just falling right into the hands of prophecy, man. But it's showing, all the escalation of it, man. No more is the Lord putting that spirit on the Iranians, man. Them Carmanians, man, to be enraged, man, to be inflamed. What's that guy, Lajira? I forgot you said his name. But he had just, passed away too, man. So, they be over there, saying, basically F America, while bombs are dropping, man. Bombs start dropping, they start saying it louder, man. Because we in a time of prophecy being fulfilled, man. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. That's right, if you watch it, man. If you lining everything up with the prophecy, you would know, okay, yeah, it's about to go down. Persecution about to happen. Jacob's trouble. We about to see more and more commercials, athletes, you jailbirds, being released from prison and taking the RFID hip, about to see, all these agents, and things of that nature, man, come out, as well as all these agent, which we already, basically know, these agent camps, man, doing all agent activity. We're about to see a lot of that too, man. Because we in the end, man, and they gotta blame everything on us, man. Like, we the ones that started, we the ones that, bombing places, hospitals and all this, man. But that's only if you what? Only if you watching, only if you had the oil, man. The wisdom, mind, your understanding, man, the discernment, man. Which, from Elder Apostle Tone on down, GMS, is the only camp, man. Look at I don't even know, but I'm sure all these camps they ain't doing nothing, man. Still hollering about Gentiles, all these other nations can be saved, like Assad and Akkad, which I think I heard from the Apostle Torah say they about that the Pegster about to have a debate with Assad or something, man. They still debating and shit, man. Why missiles are flying? Warheads are flying, man. Major prophecy is going down, man. Your leaders, man, they're not preparing you for the times we about to come into, man. Hey, preparing you. Hey, you see these gas prices? Hey, don't. Hey, you should. I see. I'm like, kind. Lord, put it up more, man. Because we know, with all this gas rising, what else? Transportation of goods gonna start to decline, man. Civil unrest start to increase. All ties into prophecy, man. But only if you watching. It says, ye are children of light, and the children of the day. We are not night nor darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. That's right. And whether you physically drunk, as well as spiritually, mentally drunk, man. Jake like to drink shit, just remind me of, I think we brought that out in camp. What was it, last week? Jake be drunk. Drunk in the day as well, physically, man. Drinking the spirits and shit, man. Just having, celebrating St. Patrick's Day on Bill Street, having no clue in the world, man. Just living it up, man. Meanwhile, you're about to be put in dire straits, man. And this trouble that's coming is for you Jakes, man. So y'all about to really get it, like I say, they about to get it good. You Jakes about to really feel, the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. And as well as what? Mentally and spiritually drunk, man. Still believing in your government, man. Trump or Democrat, Republican, whatever your political views side are, man. Ain't no none of that, man. You see, I see on Twitter, you got 3 parties now, man. You know, you got Republicans, Democrat, and you got Israel, Amalek ass, man. The House of AIPAC, man. Majority of you know, the ones that's in the Senate and the House, you know, are all funded by them, man. Because this thing is controlled, you know, by the elites, especially over in Babylon the Great. You know, this is the elite's big project, big corporation over in Babylon the Great, man. You know? But, you know, through, you know, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he gave us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. So we are not of the, you know, night as others, as majority of our people, man. You know, which they're completely gone. Jake, you know, ones that's talking, that's coming out are these Edomites. Jake is just, you know, Jake, like, damn, man. Jake keep saying Jake. But yeah, Jake don't know what's going on at all, man. They don't care for going on. They about to go to Spring Break, about to go to Freaknik, or everybody talk about going to Houston and Miami and turning up. And so Jake is gone, man. And that's why it's going to catch them, you know, as a thief in the night, man. You know, but even these Edomites, which, you know, salvation is not for anyway, but just making a point, you know, they still believing on that government and things of that nature, when time after time, Trump is showing you what, you know, he's forwarding the elite's plan, man, the elite's agenda, man. You know, following after Netanyahu, man, which, you know, he might be deleted, he might not be, man. You know, who knows? As Elder Tazamah came out with, it's a fog war. And every time I see something like that, just always remember, you know, it's a fog war going on, man, on both sides. Not only just Amalek, but on both sides, man. But his ass could be deleted, man. But, you know, they can't come out with that. You know, it's different. You know, the impact going to be harder, you know, on Amalek's side than with, you know, so-called Iranian side, man. But we know no matter who, you know, like the scripture say, I bringeth up, pulling down and bringeth up another, you know, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord going to put whoever in office to floor, you know, his plans, man, his words, and which ultimately, you know, whoever it is going to bring, you know, the MOTB, you know, and bring destruction, man. And we believe that's, you know, Nero, man, a.k.a. Trump, man. But whether you know, whether I say Amalek, then Yahoo, you know, deleted or not, you know, the Lord will put somebody else in, man. And he is still for a prophecy, man. You know, of them going at it with the so-called Iranians and, you know, more and more escalation until they ass be destroyed too, man. You know, but with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shemar, Kakodash, divine to the apostles, bishops, elders, great millstone, the will and teacher. Shalom to all the sense I can push and truth on faith throughout the four corners of the earth. DTL Baba Ball, Corn Shalom.